In the next few minutes, I'll walk you through a system that calls thousands of leads while cutting cost and helping you close more deals. So let's go through a quick demo for the same. So I'll start the test workflow and I should be getting a call soon. Right, I'm getting a call.
Hey there, this is Hannah from Expo Realtors. I am just reaching out to homeowners in your area because, buyer demand is super high right now. I was just wondering if the price was right. Would you be open to selling your house?
Yeah, sure, we can discuss further.
Awesome, thanks for that. So, are you thinking about selling in the next month or two, or are you just kind of exploring your options right now?
Yeah, if the price is right, definitely in a month or two soon, you know.
Great, thank you. So, what type of property is it? Like, is it a single family home, a condo, or something else?
It's a single family home.
Perfect, thanks for sharing that. Have you done any recent updates or renovations to the home? Like new kitchen, roof, anything like that?
Yeah, we actually made a swimming pool in our backyard and a small gym in our shed. So yeah, those are the two renovations we did.
Wow, that sounds amazing, a pool and a gym. That's awesome. Just one more quick thing. Are you currently working with any real estate agent, or are you handling everything on your own right now?
No, currently we are not working with a real estate agent, but yeah, we are looking for one. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing all that. I really appreciate it. So just a heads up, one of our agents will be stopping by your property soon to take a look and chat with you. Thanks again, and we'll be in touch shortly.
Thank you. And
Thank you so much. Really appreciate your time.
yeah.
An agent will be visiting your property soon to chat and check things out. If you
Sure.
have a preferred date or time, just let me know. Happy to work around your schedule.
Yeah, great. Can we book a meeting probably tomorrow at 6 p.m.?
Thanks for letting me know. So for tomorrow, the available time slots are 4 p.m., 5 p.m., and 6 p.m. Which one works best for you? Just a heads up, you can pick on the hour times like 4 p.m. or 6 p.m. Let me know which you prefer.
Yeah, so 6 p.m. is fine for us.
Awesome. Thank you for booking with us. One of our agents will meet you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Thanks again, and have a great day. Bye.
Thank you. So we went through the demo, and as you can see, the call was booked for 6 p.m. house visit, and it was able to handle different types of data and different scenarios. It even responded back to us positively, like a human would, when we mentioned about gym and swimming pool renovations, right? So it responded positively and checked for the availability, right? So it handled all these different scenarios which we want our agents to handle when they're calling the leads. So yeah, let's walk through the system, how we build it. And yeah, so for this system we'll be using Retell AI's conversation flow. So basically conversation flow allows us to build more complex systems. It provides more fine-grained control over the whole a whole flow. So it has multiple nodes. We can branch out to multiple pathways. So that's the advantage of using conversation flow over a single prompt and multiple prompts. So it depends on the scenario when you want to use it and when you don't want to use it. So let me walk you through it. And some of the nodes we will be using are conversation nodes. So conversation nodes basically there are two options. You can either provide a prompt, so this is basically a prompt we are giving to the AI agent, or a static sentence. So a static sentence will be basically it will be just like a sentence which the AI will just say. It won't be a prompt, so it will be just that. So usually we want a prompt, or if you have a particular script that we want to stick to, you can give a static sentence. But for in our case, mostly we are using prompts. At some points we might be using static sentences that I will go through. So flow begins over here with this begin node, and it comes to our welcome node. So over here we are just specifying our the AI's name and what the company is, and we're just saying to greet the lead and let them know that you are reaching out to the homeowners in the area for because the buyer demand is high. Basically, the purpose of the call, the basically give the role, purpose of the call, and ask the user the first opening question. That's how you want to structure your prompts basically in a script, right? So this is the welcome note, and we have bunch of transition notes, so we can have as many transition notes as we want. So if the user if the lead responds with if they are positive or they are maybe, right, so we go in this particular direction, or if they are not interested, we just end the call. So as you can see, this is not interested, so it will come over here. It will let the lead know, sorry for that, thank you for letting me know, and have a wonderful day, and the call will end. And there's one more thing, there's something called a global node, right? So global node, basically you can trigger this global node from any point in the whole flow, right? Just anywhere, it doesn't matter where, right? So it just matters what is the context of the global node. So in this case, if we want to transfer to a human agent, that's what we have a global node for, right? So it will transfer the call. So let's go over here to warm seller. So if the lead says yes, maybe, or depends, it will go over here, and over here we are basically asking the lead some couple of qualifying questions that we want, right? The agent might want. So questions such as if they're selling soon or not, or if the what type of property it is it occupied or not, right? Also, we give the AI a note that wait for user to answer each question before moving on to next, right? So this is an important one. So we don't just give the lead bunch of questions, right? So that's not a good thing to do. So there are a bunch of transaction nodes. So ready to sell soon, as you saw in the demo, I said we might be, if the price is right, we might be looking to sell in a couple of months, right? So that is ready to sell soon. But if we are not, then basically it comes over here. We will let the user know that it's totally understandable, and we'll have to send you a free home value estimate, right? So we will send basically a free just estimate based on the property to the email. Again, this depends on what your particular script is, right? And based on that, you can come over here, and if they are ready to sell soon, we will come to this particular section that is for qualifying the home, what type of home it is, right? It is a single family, condo, or any renovations that we read, right? So as you saw in the demo, we did some renovations, and the AI agent responded back to us very positively, right? Like a real agent would do. So it's important that we give a prompt most of the time, because it really responds back to us like a human would, and starting sentence would not really give us that 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 flow that we want in our agent. So hence we use prompt most of the times. So in this, basically we are specifying thank the lead for the response and ask any further qualifying questions, and these are the qualifying questions. And in the note, again, same note, wait for the user to answer before moving on to the next one. So in this, we have 3 transition nodes, right? So if we check the first transition, which is basically open to valuation or open to proceeding, based on our questions, the qualifying questions that was asked to us, like are you currently working with the agent or any renovations and stuff. We move on to this, and basically we move on to the booking the appointment part of the flow. So we check for availability, and based on that we tell the user that these specific time slots are available. We give the user three choices, right? So these slots are available, and based on the user's choice we book that particular appointment. So as you saw in the demo, we were able to book the appointment, and let's move on to the second transition, which is not yet ready, or we need time. For that, we will move on to this one. So we are not totally out of it, that like we are not interested. We are interested, but we are not yet ready, right? So that's this particular transition node. So over here we move on to the seller nurture track. So we give the lead the free home estimate to the email, right? So as you remember, this particular node was being accessed from this particular transition also. So in the warm seller, not selling soon, we came to this, and even in the qualifying questions for the home, if we are not ready yet, we will come over here. And if the user is totally not interested right now, right? If it's like total not interested, then we'll just end the call and thank the user, right? So these are the three nodes, and yeah. So let me cover these nodes. So this is the normal conversation node that you see, these red nodes, right? So let me add one, and over here you can add your prompt, right? Or you can add a static sentence. So you know the difference between prompt and static sentence now, right? So according to your use case, you can use either. And these are the transitions that we want, and we can either make this a global node that we can access it from anywhere, such as this one. Let's say we want to transfer to a human agent from any point in the conversation, we make a global node, right? So that, and skip response is basically example is this. So we want to end the call, so we thank the user that have a nice day, and there is no transition. We don't wait for the user to reply. After that, we end the call. So for those particular scenarios, there is a skip response, and if we want, we can choose a different LLM for this node. It's up to the use case, but usually it's mostly the same LLM for the whole conversation, right? So this is the conversation node, and function nodes are basically these nodes that you see: check availability, book appointment. So this can either be inbuilt functions. So these are inbuilt functions in Retell AI, and these are the custom functions that we built. So you can add a custom function, or you can use this. So for custom function, these are the parameters that you want to give it a name, a description, that the agent can know what the purpose of this function is, the endpoint, and the headers and the parameters, right? So for let me show you the book appointment. So these are the parameters that for book appointment. Description is at book appointment according to the given time. This is the endpoint, and these are the parameters that we are sending, right? So we will come to the function where it's being made, right? The N8N part soon. And SMS, if the agent wants to SMS something at the same time the conversation is happening, this particular SMS node is for that. And call transfer, and this is the ending node. So this was the whole conversation flow. And if I show you the global settings, these are some global settings. So you can add some global prompts, right? So we just add a style that you are Hannah from this particular Realtors. What type of communication style that we want the agent to have, and some guardrails, some error prevention ways that we want. So we can add all the stuff over here, and what type of LLM model that we want. I'm using 4.1, and you can decide according to your particular price point that you are comfortable in, and your use case. And this is the select voice. So generally it's recommended to use 11 labs. They are the most they are the best providers of the voice. And if you want, you can add knowledge base, and rest of the settings are same as the other Retell AI, right? So this was the whole conversation, and now we will move on to the N8N part. So the N8N part is pretty straightforward. Basically, we are looping through a list, right? So this list can be a Google Sheet, it can be a table, or it can be a custom CRM where you store bunch of leads to be cold called. So it's that. For me, I'm accessing a particular Airtable record that I have, which a with all the leads that I want, and for production purposes, that in cases where you are actually deploying this particular system to your actual production, you want to have a cron job that will basically run every hour, let's say every 6 hours, every day, every 2 day, every week. So instead of this particular test workflow, you want to have that. So this is just for demo purposes, but yeah. And over here we click the test flow, it will come over here, it will fetch from a particular table, right? It will fetch all the data and it will loop through. So this is it will loop through all the items, and this particular batch size is basically let's say if you have a record of 100, right? So in one particular loop that you say, this particular loop, this particular batch sizes, it will have 5. So it will loop through 5 and then it will go back, and then it will batch in groups of 5, right? So once it loops through, it will come over here to our done state. If we want anything to be done after we call all the leads, we can add it over here. And this is our API call for just calling the leads, right? For basically triggering the call, right? So this particular API from Retell AI does that. It is basically create phone call, and the parameters are from number. From number is basically, let me show you. This is the from number. So this is provided by either Retell AI, or you can add your own number, right? So it tracks that. So this is the particular from number and the to number. This particular to number is coming from our Airtable database, right? So, and this is a post. So yeah, and let's say we add one more outbound voice agent, that we add a different phone number to it. So let's say we add a different phone number, so it will call that particular agent. So it tracks basically tracks by the phone number to whichever agent that phone number is linked, right? So this is the API call, and pretty straightforward. And if I move on to the book appointment and schedule tool, it is again the same workflow, mostly the same workflow as my previous builds that you might remember, or you can go back to our previous videos and you can check the explanation for this, right? This is for check availability, and this is a book appointment. Small changes which I did was in the module usage. I changed from 4.0 because that wasn't it wasn't needed to have 4.0 for such minor tasks. So I'm using 4.1 mini. It will save us cost, as well as it won't make any difference, right? And yeah, this is the check availability, book appointment. This is a workflow for basically calling the leads. So this you can have a list of 100, 500, 1000. So it will call all those leads, it will cut costs, and it will increase the close rates. So this is the advantage of having such systems, especially conversation flow, where you can really fine grain your responses according to each particular conditions, each pathways, right? Especially for use cases such as cold call, where you have a particular script and branching pathways. So yeah, and you can really cut cost with systems such as this, call thousands of leads, and really increase our close rates and close more deals. So yeah, so if you enjoyed this build, like the video and subscribe for more builds like this that are coming soon. And if you want similar systems built like this for your business, head down to the description and book a call with me. And yeah, thanks for watching.